So tell me about yourself. Who is John Walcott?
John Walcott is this will be my 35th year practicing the internal and external arts, meaning martial arts and Qigong. I originally started training in 1977 because I had asthma at Alan Lee's Kung Fu Wushu. I was very lucky in that I found a traditional Chinese master who taught not only self-defense but the healing aspects of the art. I was very lucky. My asthma disappeared in 3 to 4 months. It was gone, and it hasn't been back since. As far as who John Walcott is, I'm an ecstatic practitioner, teacher, student of these arts to this day. I'm amazed at the flexibility and the practicality of these arts.
What is Qigong, and why is it a life passion for you?
Qigong is a Chinese word, but it's not, as I said, not a Chinese concept. The idea of a universal life force, or a life force that's in your body, the idea that you're more than blood and breath and bone, is a universal concept. In ancient Hebrew, we call it ruach. In India, it's prana. In the Islamic world, it's baraka. In the South African Sand people, it's called nung. The Christians call it grace. So it's a concept that you are more than blood and breath and bone, that there's a life force, a bioelectricity in your body that is as important as blood flow. And when it gets compromised, it usually gets compromised first before illness shows up in your body. So we want to maintain the flow of this life force, and Qigong is one of those arts that does just that. It's the exercise of the life force, or the life force energy, bioelectricity.
Tell me about your methods of teaching.
My methods have evolved over the years. I originally started as a Kung Fu practitioner, and I graduated arts. We find that it is easier for me to teach elderly, people who are bedridden. I do programs for different, from kids, for martial arts, to people with asthma, immune deficiency problems, like people with cancer. So we do different. I find that this approach is very flexible.
So, John, tell me about your methods.
My methods are a blend of the arts that I've learned. I started originally as a Kung Fu person, learning Northern Shaolin Kung Fu, Tam style, Bagua, which is an internal art. I came to Florida. There wasn't much Kung Fu available, so I had joined a karate organization, in this case Goju Karate, which is a very traditional style that emphasizes a lot of breathing and internal organ strengthening, which is a very good style. And I've learned some other arts, capoeira and so forth. Now, what happened was, over time, I've distilled some of the best features of these arts that help people with immune system problems, asthma, balance problems, arthritis, we call body aches, body toxicity. So over time, I would say it's a blend of different arts from Taoists, from Buddhists, and Western cultures. And it's very good for the American palate. I cannot train most Americans the way I was trained growing up. It was you mastered one art until you did one art until you master it. Here, when people come to my class, I teach a variety. I teach a blend of different Qigong styles. So then they have almost a different class every time they come.
How do you incorporate diet in all of this?
Diet is very important, considering that every bit of food you eat, affects every cell in your body. There was a time when I never paid attention to it because the exercise would take care of it, but I used to have what we call a seafood diet. You seafood and you eat as much as you can. But now I'm very careful about trying to eat organic as much as I can, because I see people who come to me with the results of bad diet and what it can involve. Watch the fats. Try to eat more greens, more green leafy vegetables, and from time to time I'll go on a raw food diet just as a tonic, as a cleanse. I find that very helpful, like a tune-up. So I'll do maybe raw for 3 weeks to 30 days, depending how I felt. So yes, diet is very important. It backs up a lot.
What classes do you offer in different programs?
And tone the internal organs, the liver, the spleen, the kidneys, the lungs. The studio itself is located in Vero Beach, Kmart Plaza, off US 1. It's a great location because we're right next to a health food store. We offer Qigong, martial arts, yoga, soon to be capoeira, and we have workshops, as we said, once a month, open to the public. We try to emphasize, too, some of the work we do with veterans. We have a drug-free way for veterans to help combat some of the symptoms of post-traumatic stress disorder. There are 2 wars going on, and a lot of the veterans are coming home with a lot of trauma. So we try to offer them what we call self-applied health-enhancing method to help smooth their transition back into our society.
Thank you, John, for this interview.
Well, I appreciate you coming by. Thank you very much. Join us here at the Cloudwalker Place, and go to our website, www.thecloudwalker.com, or call 772-318-7660. Thanks again.